age gaps, and does it even matter in dating? This is one of those questions that we always get, and it does have an answer, but the answer isn't as straightforward as I think most people want it to be. So the question basically is, if I'm 18 and I'm dating somebody who's 30, or vice versa, is it always doomed to fail? Is there any chance that it could work out for the best? Could it have some degree of longevity? What age group works? Is it 5 years? Is it 15-year gap? Is it just a 10-year gap? What is the guarantee that this relationship will work out for the better or for the worst? You folks know me, I'm a straight shooter, and so what I'd like to think is that usually, 9 times out of 10, from ages 18 to 24, maybe 25, that is when you should be exploring. Finding new opportunities, trying new things, trying the different flavors. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're incapable of looking for stability for the long term. However, it usually, and I'm being very, very generic here because there's no way to possibly make a video that's going to fit into every single circumstance. So usually the case is from 18 to 24, maybe 25, they're not really looking for their forever person. They're looking for the for right now person. Does that mean that you could find a 22-year-old who's not interested in getting married? No, you can and often do. But what it means to say is that the age is typically indicative of where they're at in life. Really, with questions like these, you want to look back upon yourself and say, okay, what did I want when I was 18? Was I dying to find my wife or husband or whatever? No, I was probably just focused on like what I was going to have for dinner that day and maybe if I was going to get laid that night. I hate to put it to you guys, but that's usually what's running through the mind of someone who's younger. And many ideas, usually instilled by media, the Disney movie, as we like to call it, are still rattling around in the heads of most people in that age group. Additionally, sometimes, and really most of the time if I'm being honest, dating is seen as more of a game of status rather than a game of love. And that can be particularly difficult because we want to date somebody who makes us feel worthy and happy and healthy and who helps push us to be someone that we could be. And that usually means pushing us towards struggle, something that an 18-year-old probably isn't very focused on right now. They're focused on fulfilling desires that are moment to moment, right? Reactionary, impulsive pleasures. I don't know many 18-year-olds that are signed up to a Tony Robbins special or who are pumping iron at the gym for any reason other than vanity. Again, I'm being very, very generic and blanket statement on purpose. 9 times out of 10, people in that age group are simply just not ready for the level of commitment that somebody at 30 might want. I like to think that from 18 to 25, you're in your exploration stage. From maybe 25, 26-ish onwards, you're in the maintenance stage. You like what you have. And for the most part, you want to maintain what you have and perhaps grow a little bit, but much more in the realm of stability, growing what you already have. So I would argue that that would be the biggest difference between the two age groups. Now, is it possible that somebody who's 22 could date somebody who's 30? Yes, absolutely, but it's going to take a level of, and I hate to put it this way, but I truly believe this, a level of trauma, light trauma, breakup stuff. I'm not talking about deep family trauma where there's abuse and sexual violence, things like that. I'm not speaking about that at all. But I believe that part of growing up is getting hurt a couple of times. Seeing consequence, seeing what works and what doesn't work, seeing that your behavior is a factor in the outcome that happens to you, if not the primary factor. And so I believe that usually, as you get older, you're faced with some of those outcomes and now you know better. You've been burned by the stove and now you know, don't wave your hand over fire. So if a 22-year-old young woman is interested in a 34-year-old man, can it work? I mean, it can, but almost never does. And I have to be honest, I am looking for opinions on this one. So write your comment down below and tell me what you thought. And have you been in a situation like this? And if you have, which situation stands out to you? What made it unique? If there's one thing I hear all the time, it's, Rory, you don't understand. She seemed so mature when I dated her. Or he seemed so mature when I dated him. They seemed more mature than their age. And that can always be the case when things are going fine. It's really when things aren't going fine that we see different levels of immaturity shine through. So I'm definitely looking for some opinions. Leave some comments down below. I'm posting another video tomorrow. Actually, with tomorrow, we're going to be doing 2 videos. I was supposed to post one last night, and then, of course, the microphone that I used to record the Love Chat videos broke, so if you hear me sounding different on this video, that's why. I'm recording with a brand new mic I just picked up this morning. So, thanks for your patience. Another one's coming out tomorrow. I'll talk to y'all next time.